I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no hoe. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no killer, but don't push me, fingers itching on that pole.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy K-Flex, and I'm back here with another video. And today, we're gonna talk about Jordan Phillips getting released. Yes, our starting defensive tackle. Well, I don't know if he was starting. I guess it was so rotational that I don't even know if we got a starting defensive tackle. They all just rotate. But one of our 4 defensive tackles has been released today. Jordan Phillips, and he got released after a sideline spurt with Adam Gase or the coaching staff of the Miami Dolphins. He was upset last week about not getting enough snaps, okay, against the Patriots, which I kind of understand, because if you see your team getting ran all over, I would want our defensive tackles to be upset, okay? And he was upset because he wasn't in the game. Sony Michel did rush for over 100 yards on us. James White also rushed for a bunch of yards, okay? So maybe he felt like he could have stopped that, okay? Obviously, he wasn't given that opportunity, and he was upset. Now, it's not like we're cutting a huge part. It's not like we just cut the best player in the world, okay? We cut Jordan Phillips. But one thing about Jordan Phillips is at least he added depth, okay, to a defensive tackle lineup that's already very, very suspect, because we already lost Sue, and after we lost Sue, we did not draft a defensive tackle, okay? So we lost Sue, we did not draft one. And now we lose Jordan Phillips, so we have 3 defensive tackles right now on the active roster. And by tomorrow, we'll probably have signed another one. But don't feel bad for Jordan Phillips, guys, because Jordan Phillips does not give 2 about us releasing him. In fact, he's happy. So let's go. Check into Jordan Phillips' Instagram and see just how happy he really is. First, he put on Instagram, "Free at last," okay? The man was quoting Dr. Martin Luther King. He was so happy he was gone. Hey, look, I don't understand what the Dolphins be putting these players through, but for you to leave and be quoting Dr. Martin Luther King, I don't know. You sound like you've been through some shit, all right? Now, let's see what else. No longer a Miami Dolphin. Good luck to my brothers on the team. I miss y'all, but I couldn't be happy to be out of there. I'm in my bag. Don't take it personal. Sometimes you got to put your future in your own hands and live with it. It sounds to me like he just wanted out, okay? Point blank period. I don't even think it was a decision, obviously, of the coaching staff, because you could want out and you could just have to stay, okay? Look at Earl Thomas. So it's like he's under contract with us, so he wanted out, and the Dolphins obviously didn't really want him either because they didn't give him no snaps, so they just parted ways. Now, there is another theory that we cut him because of his sideline spat, okay, which was on Sunday when he was angry on the sideline. He has since tweeted that, he tweeted out, "Just here to squash this sideline outburst stuff. This move had nothing to do with that. So please quit putting false things out there to make their story sound better, or to make their story better." All right. Bruh. He tweeted that. He says it had nothing to do with the sideline outburst, and I just don't understand this thing of just cutting people when they're angry. I don't get it. Okay, I get it's the new culture thing, and we all want is good individuals on the team, but you know how many players have sideline outbursts, and how many players get mad at their coaching staff? AB was just mad at the Steelers because he wasn't getting the ball enough. Players get mad. You can't just cut every that get mad. Okay, I don't believe so. With Jordan Phillips, I guess it's okay because he wasn't that talented to begin with. But even going back to Jay Ajayi, we should never have traded Jay Ajayi for a 4th-round draft pick. I'm sorry to bring that back up. And the people was like, "Oh, well, Kenyan Drake's a lot better." First and foremost, that never made sense because we could have had both of them. What's wrong with having 2 good running backs instead of 1? So that didn't make no sense when y'all was like, "Oh, we just did it because Kenyan Drake's better." So what? So we traded 1 good running back so we could only have 1 good running back when we had 2 good running backs. That just made no sense. But now y'all can even use that excuse because we've ran the ball 8 times with Kenyan Drake in the last 2 games, and he has a total of about 5 yards in the last 2 games. So is that really the excuse y'all want to use to why we traded Jay Ajayi? No, we traded Jay Ajayi because he got angry at the Adam Gase, and so in turn he had to get traded. Now with Jarvis Landry, I can't prove that Adam Gase had nothing to do with that. You know, it's the contract situation, so I won't say he did, but I would say that Jarvis Landry did show a lot of passion on the sideline, and to my knowledge, anybody that showed a lot of passion on the sideline for the Miami Dolphins up until this point is now gone, okay? I feel like any player that, you know, has a disagreement with the Dolphins, you're probably gonna leave, okay? You're probably gonna be gone. So Kenyan Drake only has about 8 carries in the last 2 games. I feel like he can't even complain about that, okay? Because I feel like if he complains about that, he's literally getting traded for a 3rd rounder, okay? He's gonna get traded for some AA batteries or something. I don't know. But really, I wish I could be a fly on the wall in the Dolphins locker room, because I need to figure out exactly why players are so happy to leave Miami and just bash the every player that leaves. You look at Adam Gase. I mean, you look at Jay Ajayi. As soon as he won the Super Bowl, the first person he talked about was Adam Gase. You looked at Ndamukong Suh when he first left, looking at our preseason when we got a long run ran on us. Instead of not worrying about it and worrying about the Rams, he took time out his day to comment right up the middle. You look at Jarvis Landry. He said a whole bunch of things about people not wanting to work out with him during the offseason, about Adam Gase sending him to Cleveland to kill his career. Now you look at Jordan Phillips. He's saying, "Thank God, free at last." Quote Martin Luther King. It's like, why do when people leave, or why would we get rid of people? They don't be like, "Hey, thank you Miami, thank you Dolphins, appreciate the opportunity on to my next." That's not the mood. That's not the energy. The energy is, thank God, them niggas. Okay. So I wish I could figure out exactly how we treat these players. I heard at New England treat their players bad too. But the thing is, New England wins Super Bowls. How they treat them. But listen, we don't win Super Bowls, so I don't know how the we treat our players. But I want to know. All in all, was this a panic move? Maybe. It's the same way when we got blown out last year. What's the first thing we did? Trade Jay Ajayi. We get blown out this year. The first thing we do, get rid of Jordan Phillips. I don't know. We're 3-1, and this doesn't make it seem any better. Like I be forgetting in all of this bullshit. After the blowout to the Patriots, now we released Jordan Phillips. It's hard to remember that we're 3-1. We're in great position. This is the best start the Miami Dolphins have had in years, and it's hard to remember because of some of the bullshit that be going on. Either way, I wish Jordan Phillips the best or whatever team he goes to. I would say that loss sucks. I don't know how it's gonna affect us. Okay, Jordan Phillips wasn't, a Pro Bowler, so I don't know how this is going to affect us, if it's going to affect us that much. Obviously, we have to see who the replacement is. We only have about 3 defensive tackles I want to say on the active roster right now. I think Gabe Wright. I don't have Vincent Taylor, Godchild, Gabe Wright, Vincent Taylor, Godchild. Am I missing one? That's all I can think of right now as far as defensive tackles. So we're gonna have to sign another one. So y'all can say, well, this is not that serious. Jordan Phillips wasn't that good to begin with, but is his replacement gonna be better than him? All right, just because Jordan Phillips was down here doesn't mean that his replacement ain't gonna be down here. Okay, I don't know how we're gonna get an upgrade over him. Not saying that there's no upgrades over him, but do you see the Dolphins getting an upgrade over him? I don't know. Anyways, guys, get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this move. Do y'all like it? Do y'all hate it? Obviously, we don't know what the move was for. I think it was a mutual thing. If I'm having to see, just looking at Jordan Phillips' Twitter, I think it was a mutual thing of him not getting enough snaps. He's angry he's not on the field, and also the team kind of being fed up with him and not giving him snaps. As a whole, I think it mutually, they said, team too mad about it. Adam Gase, I know for a fact, is not too mad about it, and so we're gonna see what happens. On to the Cincinnati Bengals this weekend, and I'm trying to tell you, man, this is gonna be the test of adversity right here, man. And I was hoping we didn't have to deal with any this year, but obviously the NFL team gonna have to deal with adversity. The injuries is piling up. Just released him, coming off a blowout, playing in tough Cincinnati Bengals on the road. Time to see how this team responds, because right now, even at 3-1, it's starting to feel like the same old Dolphins.
For the quit so many times, but I knew this moment to come. Now it's my time. I gotta make up for all them nights that my mama cried. I'm going in, I'm putting